First things first, reheat your oven to 160. It's here essential that we use hot air because we're going to use 3 sheet trays in the oven at once. And welcome back, by the way. Hope you're doing well. And thank you for joining me here once more. To cut the squash, I'm going to use a mandolin. This makes the entire process much easier and all I have to do is this. Of course, you can use a knife as well, but be aware that it's a lot of work. But if you want to practice that, then this is a wonderful opportunity for you to do so. Key important part here is that we have really thin pieces of squash, so they can almost caramelize in the oven with the oil and salt and pepper. So I use parchment paper here for 2 primary reasons. The first one being that it makes it a lot easier to clean up, and secondly is that you don't get squash stuck to your pan, and it's a lot easier to get the squash off the parchment paper than off the pan. The general rule here in amounts of squash is like 1 medium squash per person, which you're making food for. So for me here I use 3 and almost 4 because I was cooking for 4 people. If you've ever tried to grow squash yourself, you know that you always end up having too much of it. So always you just give it away to the people around you. Here then is a dish that will make you want to keep all the squash to yourself because it's that tasty. Oven and approximately let them bake for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes and you spot some caramelization, they're done. So put them out and let them cool for about 15 to 30 minutes so it's easy to get them off the sheet trays and parchment papers. And in the meantime, go ahead and taste them. They taste incredible, just like chips. So how are we going to use the squash? We're of course going to make a pasta dish. So be sure to salt your water and let it come up to a boil. So for the sauce we're going to use 2 cubes of butter, about 60 to 80 grams, and some dried cheese like parmigiano. But you can also of course use a goat cheese like pecorino. Tastes incredible in this as well. It just depends on your personal preference really. It's whatever you want it to be. A lot of cheeses work with this dish. So in with the pasta. This one is going to cook for 2 to 3 minutes because I'm using fresh. If you're using dried, you're going to have to cook it a bit longer and you just cook it till it's al dente. And then that's that. So this is the start of the sauce. We're going to use a bit of heat. I'm using 3.5 out of 10 here. We drop in with the butter and parmigiano. And quickly use the pasta water. We just don't want this to be stuck at the bottom of the... Now we have all our ingredients to create an emulsion. We have the pasta water, which is starch water with salt in it. We have the cheese, which is for taste, and we have some butter, which is the source of fat we'll use to create emulsion. Practically what emulsion is we make the sauce cling to the pasta. And here goes the squash as well. We're going to combine it all together. As we had added all our ingredients for the sauce, all we need to do now is stir until the pasta water is completely incorporated into the pasta. And when there's no more liquid left, you're done. And that is how to make the best squash dish and incorporate that into making a wonderful pasta sauce. Thank you for following along and I hope you try and make it soon.